The pandemic may be causing some tension in marriages as couples adjust to life amid quarantines, changed work schedules, homeschooling, and loss of income. Marriage counselors say it all comes down to communication. Some types of communication hurt relationships, and some types of communication can help relationships. Licensed marriage and family therapist Susan Harrington joins us this morning to explain. Hi, Susan.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. You know, when you and I first spoke in the very beginning of the pandemic, we were talking about divorce rates in other countries where COVID was already raging, lockdowns were already in place, and those divorce rates were sky high. Are we seeing that here in the United States as well?
So we are. That's regrettable, right? So this month, the National Law Review reported divorce-related inquiries were up 34%. And that newlywed marriages had doubled in the past year. Newlywed divorces, had doubled in the past year, which is really scary. However, it's not as bad as we think because it used to be at a 50% divorce rate. So the inquiries are not as high as they were. So there's some positive about that. You know, and what we know in the research are these helpful communication patterns and hurtful ones. And so the divorce rates are because of the hurtful ones.
So what are some hurtful, communication patterns that could affect this?
So what we notice that couples do are 4 different things, and we have quite a bit of 30 years of research to show this. So there are 4. The first one is criticism. That's where we literally give a negative judgment out loud to our partner. The second one is contempt. Now, contempt is probably the most dangerous of the 4. It is the telltale sign of divorce. Couples who use this have a significantly risk of divorce at 69%, which is pretty high. Will either attack them verbally, their worth, their value, or we'll just give them a look of indifference and disgust. I won't even care what you have to say, you have no value. Then there's defensiveness. That's where I'm going to victimize myself just a moment to push back and then blame you really quickly. But the final one is stonewalling, which is one we don't know much about. And stonewalling is where I'm going to look at you nice and cold and blank and make you think I'm listening to you, but I'm really not. Or I'm turning away so that I'm not giving you my eye contact at all. And both of them are because I'm in physiological distress and I want this argument to stop. And I'm just hoping you stop fighting with me.
Gotcha. Now, on the flip side, you've got the good communication.
I do. So in order to repair criticism, it's important to start out much more gently. Say, I feel some emotional word, and then ask for your need in a positive way. Like if you run through red lights, I need you, I'm scared. Would you please take a slow down as you go through the red light, right? Or to show appreciation and curiosity is the best way to address that contempt. If I can say thank you, if I can show I'm curious in what your efforts are, then I'm going to repair that. When I take responsibility for my actions, those good I statements is how we counteract defensiveness. Now, stonewalling, because it's physiological distress, it's really important to do a pause, breathe, and regroup. And do that repeatedly. Every time my heart rate gets too high, my jaws start to clench, my fists are tight, to pause, breathe, and regroup and start over and keep having the dialogue till you get through.
Well, hopefully people can employ those good communication skills, Susan, and we can get that divorce rate down. Thank you so much for your time this morning. We appreciate it.
You're welcome, and we hope all the marriages are more repairable.
Absolutely. All right.
Yes.
Time now is 8:18. Let's send it over to Shelby.